The flood has been ravaging a lot of life and properties. It has been ravaging for weeks. It has claimed more than 600 lives. 27 out of the 36 states of the Federation has been affected by flooding. And they say we should expect more weeks of flooding before it's all over. More than 1 million people have been affected. Structures have been affected. Agriculture has been affected as well. Our road has been badly damaged, so much more that oil transportation has been affected as well, causing high fuel scarcity in some parts of the country. This flooding is not a natural cause or as a result of climate change, but the Nigerian government have not done what they ought to do in order to salvage the flooding. Every year, Cameroon releases its excess water into Nigeria from the Lagoon Dam. Remember what happened in 2012 when Cameroon released its excess water into Nigeria? It claimed lots of life and properties. But the big question is, when is Nigeria going to construct her own dam? Because the Cameroon and the Nigerian government had an agreement to build two dams from the inception, so that when Cameroon released its excess water, the dam in Nigeria will be able to contain that excess water.
Construction of Lagdo Dam started in 1977 and was completed in 1982. But in the process, an agreement was reached between the government of Nigeria and that of Cameroon, leading to the concept of a buffer dam in Adamawa State, Nigeria, called Dasin Hausa Dam.
The dam in Nigeria, which was the Dasin Hausa Dam, was supposed to be 2.5 the size of the Lagoon Dam in Cameroon and was situated in Adamawa State. The Dasin Hausa Dam wasn't meant just to take in excess water, but it was to supply electricity and to aid irrigation as well. Sadly, the absence of dam to control the excess water from Cameroon has been causing a lot of consequences, especially to the frontline states and communities along the coast of River Niger and River Benue. Now, from 1977 to 1982, the Cameroonian government approached the Nigerian government telling them to construct a dam as well because they'll be releasing their excess water into Nigeria. But what happened? Because the Nigeria are aware of this release of excess water year after year. And this is not the first flooding nor the second flooding that has been ravaging the Nigerian states. The Kayenji and Jeba Dam that we have cannot contain the flow of water from the Cameroonian dam. Yes, the Dasin Hausa Dam project in Nigeria was started, but it was never completed. So you see, if Cameroon releases its excess water next year, it will still flood Nigeria again. The flood has continued to wreak havoc on the federation. And according to economic experts, that Nigeria lost more than 1 trillion naira in 2 weeks. That is huge. If the governors of each state will rise up and clear off the path of waters, create drainages, clean up existing drainages, and create a deeper drainage, I'm sure this will reduce the ravaging effect of flooding in our community. Do you know that the gutter drainage system was what developed countries used in the early 1900s? Yes, the drainage system can be used. At least it will reduce the effect of the flooding. And also, if all our drainages can be closed so that trash will not get access into it. We can build float control channel, as this float control channel would channel the water into the bodies of rivers and lakes. Also, the stream gauge network can be put in place to monitor water levels and flow so that we will know ahead of time the water levels in our water bodies. This will give us an adequate data for emergency management. For us to float control dams as well as issue warning ahead of time for people to evacuate, this would drastically reduce the flooding and the loss of lives and property year after year in Nigeria, since the government are not ready to complete the Dasin Hausa Dam project. My sincere condolences to all those that lost their loved ones as a result of this flooding. It's so sad.